the tape reveal, and I guess if there were breakdowns and what have you on those three real big pass plays to Johnson last week.
Yeah, it's actually probably more than that, but yeah, there are 3 plays. There are probably about 4 of them that 4 or 5 plays actually stand out for about 230 yards. So, anytime you have something like that, it involves someone on the front end and then also secondary end as well. Because anytime you give up a big play, unless it's just a bomb down the field, which none of those were. So it's something we'll continue to work on. That was probably the most displeasing part about the ball game, giving up big plays, particularly in the passing game. And if we're going to have a good defensive ball club, we're going to have to eliminate those things, and that's a team thing.
How did the offensive line grade out last week?
They did fine. Did fine. Room for improvement, no question about it. I think one of the good highlights about it, I thought we had a lot of, even if you read the game notes, which they don't mention linemen there, but a lot of first-time performers that did a good job. And Sean Welsh mentioned in the line, we were all a little worried about how he would do first time out there, but he seemed very comfortable and very performed really well. So that was good to see it. And Jordan Walsh on the other side probably played his best game since he's been here, and that was good to see too. He has played more than certainly Sean, but that was the first time he went the distance as a full-time starter and did a good job too. So, but we have room for improvement.
Greg's obviously been here a couple of years now to have it, but I don't know if he had all these weapons of this many receivers and the 4 or 5 running backs. Is this offense still looking for an identity a little bit because of now you have the personnel to go with what he wants to do?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like your team. It's always evolving and ongoing, and we're clearly more, probably talented and experienced at the skill positions than we have been, since 12. We were really struggling there in the passing game. And part of that's transition, but part of that was just, we didn't have a lot of experienced players there. A lot of the guys that are playing right now are guys that were here then. So, I thought Cavante probably played as well as he's played. Maybe outside of that Pittsburgh game, he really made some big third down catches, which we're going to need from him. Certainly Tavon, I think, is starting to evolve as a player. And, I thought we saw that at the end of the year, and that's what we were hoping we saw in 2012 when we pulled the red shirt. So, yeah, it's all part of the process, and, if we can integrate the tight ends a little bit more effectively, which I think we'll be able to, that should be a good thing for us.
Process like for Lomax and transition from cornerback to safety?
I think, to me that was huge, and those are the kind of things that coaches worry about, just little things like that. Guys playing their first games in really important positions. So it was a good start for him. I think he's practiced well there. And the next step for him is just to be more comfortable and being vocal and taking some, I don't want to say ownership, but a little bit more command back there. And that's part of that position. It's kind of like being a linebacker or a center or quarterback. You have to be involved in the communication aspect. And he's certainly capable of doing that. That'll come with confidence.
When you talk about Ball State offense being aggressive, what are you saying? Expand on that as far as what were you saying that they did that was aggressive?
Well, their special teams and defense, I think, are aggressive, but their offense is really balanced. And, they looked Saturday like they did last year with some new faces. Obviously, the quarterback's new, and they graduated a very good receiver, but they've got a couple one that was hurt last year who kind of stepped into that, filled that void. So they've got a couple excellent receivers, and both their backs were 100-yard guys Saturday. But they're very balanced. They want to be balanced. They've got good play action off their running game. The running game is really very effective and very strong.
So, what have they done to get where they are now?
It's interesting. We used to have media guides. You don't get those anymore, so I'm still kind of fooling out that iPad. And I don't know. I think that was Brady's first game in 2005, I think. You guys probably know better than I do Brady Hoax. I'm pretty sure it was. I'm going off memory. But, that was a pretty thorough beatdown on them. They just didn't have a very good football team. And, I think that was – I know that game was 2005. I think it was his first – it doesn't matter, first, second year. And by 2008, they were nationally ranked, So they did a wonderful job with that. That program did the same thing down at San Diego State. And then, we caught them in 10 where they had dipped again, and now Coach Lumbo's come in. And to me, I would compare them to where they were in 07, 08, on that upward swing. 17 games out of the last 19, that's pretty good percentage. But they're just, they're well coached. It looks like they're players, and I read a little bit. It looks like, they do the same thing. They get guys that work hard and have talent that maybe people overlook